So today's video is going to be about an interesting little product that is inside of a bag, inside of a bag, inside of a bag. And what this product is this is a lightning arrestor. And what this does is it will, if the coax coming off of the pole coming into your house for your cable television, or in my case internet, gets struck by lightning, it will take it and ground it to earth. And this is kind of important because last year I actually had my cable provider Comcast had actually installed cable, or the internet rather, and reran the cables because they were getting old. And in doing so, they didn't they normally put in a ground on the outside of the house, so the cable would come to the house and they would go to a little piece of metal kind of like this, and they would be earthed, so that if there was any type of high voltage on the line or anything like that, it would actually send it to ground. Well, they didn't do that. They actually went straight into the house, and they actually didn't ground it at all. So there was a lightning storm, and what had happened was a lot of my equipment had been destroyed. Now this was all taken up with Comcast and with the installer and all this other stuff, and it was resolved. However, it was resolved financially. It was not resolved with them actually fixing the problem. So took it upon myself to actually fix the problem, but with an added bonus. So what this does is, most of the lightning arrestors that they have is basically where you have the coax coming in one side, coming out the other, and then the ground essentially is earthed. The outer casing of the coax is grounded to earth. However, the center that actually carries all the signal in the center here is not protected on any of these lightning arrestors that are provided by all the different cable providers. For example, Comcast, or for example even DirecTV or Dish TV. Any of those providers, they actually have it just sends the ground to earth. So what's interesting about this little guy is it has a little comes as a gas discharge. I kind of was thinking that it was going to be like something the equivalent of a metal oxide varistor. But so this is the seller of this product didn't actually give me the actual spec sheet for this this component here, but I think I did manage to find it here. So basically, what it is anything over 90 volts. What'll happen is this little guy right here will conduct, so that if there is any voltage between the actual signal path right here, this centerpiece, if there's any voltage above 90 volts, what it'll do is it will this guy will start to conduct and send any of that voltage to the ground, which then will be sent to earth here. And this is just a little earthing strap that you would actually connect to, like say your fuse panel or something that would go to your grounding rod outside. So this is a very useful device, and hopefully it'll serve me well with any type of transient voltages or any lightning strikes or anything like that, because like I say, there is no real protection on any of these cable providers for the actual signal path. They have it for the outer shielding, but not for the actual signal path. So anyway, yeah, this guy is good for 90 volts. They say 20 kA, so it's, you know, it's going to be a lot of power going through that this can handle. Although it is going to be for a very short period of time, you know, it should at least help prevent any damage that might be caused by any poor cabling or anything like that outside. So, and it only costs about less than $2 to replace. So that's pretty nice that this unit actually has a replaceable component. I shopped around, and a lot of these different devices don't even have replaceable pieces. You know, this unit with everything included was about less than $20 delivered. So it's nice that, you know, we can at least for $2, if anything happens, we can at least replace it should anything go wrong. Not saying that, you know, $20 is a lot of money, but it, you know, it can be. So the way that this will be installed in my house is this will be the coax coming from outside from the pole, and then this will be going to my modem. Now this unit is rated up to 3 gigahertz. I think that a lot of internet providers aren't even going to come close to that, so I should be fine as far as throughput is concerned. I did have trouble with some of these other devices just not having a high enough frequency response, so that, for example, you know, you wouldn't get your full internet speed because the protection was actually being a limiting factor. And actually that's why I had also purchased this unit right here. And this is from a company called Ubiquiti. They make a lot of wonderful products. Let's see, is it in here? Yeah, it's in here, but I think I didn't do a video on this yet. Well, anyway, I'll have to do a video on this, but what this does is you plug in your Ethernet cable into one end and then comes out the other, and essentially has basically 8 of these guys in it. And what it'll do is each of the 8 pins for the data is actually protected by one of these, so that if anything goes over a certain voltage, and I don't know what these ones are rated at, and it would probably have to be anything probably about 90 volts, I would say, because you can send PoE through these, power over Ethernet, through these guys, and it'll handle it just fine. So basically, it's the same thing. So I wanted to be protected on both ends. I wanted to be protected before the modem, which would be this. So this would be the coax coming directly off the pole. And then I also wanted, for secondary redundancy, I wanted to be protected coming out of the modem. So this would have the Ethernet going in here and protecting it. Now this might seem a little bit of overkill, but I actually did lose a fair bit of money with this lightning strike that had happened, and you know, it was probably close to thousands of dollars worth of equipment, because what had happened was the lightning, or the high voltage, had actually traveled through my modem, through my router, through my networking switch, and had actually destroyed a bunch of different things, cameras, small networking equipment, a couple servers, small servers, had damaged all of them, and or even completely destroyed them. The only thing about this product that I would have to say that I would think I need to change, or the manufacturer needs to change, is if you look here, this little grounding strap is actually loose. Now I've actually taken a screwdriver and tightened this up as far as I can go without stripping it, and as you can see, it's still loose here. So probably what I'm going to have to do is, this screw that they've provided is a little too long. Probably what I'll end up having to do is just take it to the grinder, take it and just cut a little bit off, so that it actually threads in here a little bit better. It seems like the threads are a little shallow on this, but other than that, I can't make any complaints. I'm gonna install it today, and again, basically just take this, run a wire from this to a grounding point, and we'll go from there, and hopefully it'll give me a little bit of protection. So thanks you guys for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. And if you have any questions or comments for me, please feel free below, and we'll see you on the next one.